Welcome back to Beyond the Stats. We got Roman to discuss Week 9 NFL football. So we start easy with the Broncos stuff since it was a bye.
Yeah.
I was
Anything new?
actually kind of. I was reading today apparently the Broncos received for Jerry Jeudy a trade offer for a third and a fifth.
From who?
Don't know.
Well,
Didn't say. But and they felt like that wasn't enough, and honestly, with how he was playing, I think that was great.
I think it was Chase Young went for a third.
Right.
Former number one pick, man. Like, I feel like Judy.
Third and a fifth. I saw that and I was like, I would be happy with that.
Yeah. Yeah. I could see there's some teams that could use him. New England's got no receivers. So
Right.
it's interesting they turned it down.
Yeah, I was kind of annoyed.
A little bit. I could see that.
But who the heck knows what they're doing there? I also saw that apparently a lot of teams called on Sertan, and no one was even close to getting what the Broncos wanted. They basically said that the Broncos feel that he's the best player on their team, and to get him would cost a Jalen Ramsey-esque trade right now.
Yeah, and that was kind of my argument when you were saying you can't trade Sertan. Is Miami went through it a couple years ago with Tunsil.
Yeah.
Wasn't available. And the Texans are like, hey, we'll give you 2 firsts and a second and more. And it's like,
then it's like,
well, shit. Like, if you're going to give me the world, I guess.
Yeah, and that's kind of what they said is that there are zero plans to trade him, but if you want him, it's going to take
the moon,
2 firsts,
yeah,
and other assets.
Your firstborn child,
pretty much.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, and then the only other players they said they received calls on was Lloyd Cushenberry, actually, which been reading into it. He actually is like top 10 rated center right now.
Yeah, I know. I know you guys sometimes struggle with him. I thought he was a good player coming out of LSU.
I really liked him out of LSU. His first 2 years, he really struggled.
Yeah,
he was weak.
He did.
That was the problem.
He did, and I told you guys I thought you guys would be better off with him playing guard and move Meinertz in the center.
Yeah, we
where
talked
he
about
played
that a
in
few
college.
weeks ago.
But I think that those two, they're a duo. They're young. Like, I think that they just need time.
Well, that's the thing, dude. I was blown away with how well Cushenberry is actually rated right now. Our interior line's playing honestly really well because Quinn Meinertz has been playing really well, especially the past few weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, Cushenberry is playing well. Ben Powers is okay. He's a really good run blocker.
Yeah, he had a really great year in Baltimore, and guards seem to come through that Baltimore system.
Yeah,
and then don't play well elsewhere.
Yeah, he's not been great, but he hasn't been terrible for us. But I was kind of shocked to hear that calls on him, and then Sutton and Justin Simmons they also received calls on, but they really didn't have much interest in trading either of them, so it was going to take more than what they're really worth.
Yeah, they're good locker room guys. I still think Denver should have made a push to bring a player in at the trade deadline.
Yeah, no, I feel you, and like I said, the Jeudy one kind of pissed me off. It was like, that's probably the best trade offer we're gonna get for him ever.
Yeah, because he's in his
unless
fourth
he
year,
all
right?
of a sudden decides to blow back up.
He's in his 4th year, right? Did you guys decline his 5th year option?
No, I think we accepted it.
Okay, so you have at least 1 more year with them.
Yes,
and that would kind of be the true test. I mean, Sean Payton's bringing in his system. Can he be the top dog receiver for Sean Payton's system?
Yeah, I don't know. Well, Cortland Sutton's been playing way better anyway, so
right, it's going to help Jeudy. I mean, got a lot of you got to figure out on your team.
That's for sure.
Yeah, so
we'll see what happens going into next week, where we had a bye week. We play the Bills on Monday Night Football next week.
Beat them.
Who they just lost.
Beat them again.
The Bengals.
I know.
So they're only 5-4.
I know. Miami sits atop the AFC East now. It's 6-3.
Yeah.
Beat the Bills.
We'll try.
Yeah. Just punch Josh Allen in the face, like
I don't.
directly in the face.
I don't know if that's legal.
It's not. He'll get ejected, but it's okay.
Kareem Jackson, come do it.
Tell Kareem Jackson to come do it. He's been suspended or fined in every game, so just like Kareem,
No, but one.
Kareem, go get him.
Yeah, he had one.
I know, but
He had one.
he's the Rasheed Wallace, man. Like he's out picking fights with people. So just get him to get in Josh Allen's face. Get Josh Allen to retaliate.
I actually think he's suspended, so he can't.
Damn
it. So that one's out.
Have someone else do it.
Maybe Josie Jewell or Alex Singleton, then we'll have to play Drew Sanders.
Yeah, see? This works for everyone.
It's a perfect plan.
Yeah, nobody loses in this situation.
But yeah, that's about the extent of Broncos news.
Yeah. Yeah, on the Dolphins side, we lost to Kansas City.
Yeah, it went down 21-0 to start that game, right?
Yeah, and our defense actually played well. They only allowed 14 points. One touchdown was strip, returned for a touchdown off Tyreek Hill. So
okay,
that game almost played out exactly how I thought it would. Like, you watch that game, Tyreek had a couple of drops. They missed Cedric Wilson on the second to last play of the game. Wide open, him and Tua just different, read the defense differently. Tua read back shoulder, Wilson read go route. And, Jalen Waddle had a knee injury, so he missed part of the game. That would have been Jalen Waddle's route. And Tua's in sync with Hill and Waddle, but when it comes to the other receivers,
right,
just missed. And he dropped the snap at the end of the game, and it's frustrating because a lot of people are like, oh, it's a bad snap. You watch the film, like the snap hit right here at his hip, just outside of his hip. It was a hard snap, which is frustrating, but I don't call that a bad snap. Tua just dropped it. Like, whether it was adrenaline, like he saw the coverage because Waddle breaks wide open on that play. Like, Waddle has a walk-in touchdown on that play. I think nerves and adrenaline got to him, and he just missed it.
And that's very clearly been the biggest problem this year for the Dolphins is snaps.
Yeah, it has been, and it's weird because 90% of them are with our starting center. When our backup center played those 3 games, I don't think we had any snap issues.
Weird. That's weird.
It's strange, and I don't know. Like, I'll talk about it more grading Tua halfway through the season on my article. It comes out Tuesday morning.
Perfect.
On the Fin Fanatic, if you want to read it. Grade 2 on his first half of the season, but Miami could have won that game. They had every opportunity. Kansas City's offense didn't really show up. Kelsey did nothing.
It's because Taylor Swift wasn't there.
Yeah, exactly. But, yeah, the Kansas City defense showed up, and Miami just struggled. So it's interesting. We're going into our bye week. That was the first game. Our defense played healthy. We had Ramsey, we had Howard, we had Holland, everybody back.
When do you get A-Chain back?
I think he's eligible to come back after the bye week.
Okay.
And Teron Armstead, our left tackle, practiced for the first time last week and played the entire game against Kansas City.
Okay.
So our left tackle is back healthy. A-Chain should be either the game after the bye week or the week after. And then we'll be back to being fully healthy. And I think that Miami will go on a little bit of a tear.
Hopefully. I don't know. It's weird right now at this point in the season because it's like all the teams that are like, you're contenders aren't really playing
that well.
Great.
Yeah. Yeah. Other than the Eagles, who have turned it on the last couple of weeks.
Yeah. They just beat the Cowboys.
They find a way to win. Niners have been unhealthy. Chargers are who they always are. Cowboys are who they are.
It's always their year.
Yeah. Miami actually set up nice after the bye. We have our bye. Then we get the Raiders.
Should be nice.
The Jets. Tough game. They always are. Great defense. Should win. Commanders. Should be a win. Titans should be a win. And then we finish Jets, Cowboys, Ravens, and Bills. Those last 4 games are going to be tough, but Miami should be able to come out and go 4-0 after the bye. And then even if we split our last 4 after that, I mean, that puts us, we're 6-3 right now.
At what? 12-5?
Yeah,
Take that
I'll take 12-5
all day. All day.
Yeah, I mean, Tua is, his numbers failed over the past couple of weeks. He's not on pace to beat all of the passing records in Miami anymore.
It's unfortunate.
Yeah, I know. But the fumbles, man. I mean, he has 8 fumbles this year. He's only lost 2, but he's got 8 fumbles.
And
a
and
lot of them are snaps.
And that's the thing is with them being snaps, it's not like it's a, even if you don't lose it, it's okay, cool, we got it back. It's just fully taking away a play.
Right. And it sucks because I looked at it, the number of sacks he's taken this year.
Yeah.
I think it was 16 through 9 games. So, you know,
it's not awful.
No, you look at your next 8 games, he's going to end up with 28, 30-ish.
Yeah.
Half of those are attributed to those fumbles where he picks it up and ends up going down.
Okay.
I mean, and there's been at least 2 or 3 of those. And he has been sacked 20 times every single year. And he only started 9 games as a rookie and 13 the last 2 years, each year. So he's on pace, roughly the same sack number and playing more games as long as he's healthy.
Yeah. That was some wild math. You said he's been sacked 16 times?
Yeah.
You're like, at least half have been to those, at least 2.
Huh? The sacks?
Yeah, you're like around half of those sacks have been because of fumbles. At least 2.
Did I say that? It's been a long day. No,
some wild math going on.
At least half of those fumbles have attributed to sacks.
Okay, that makes way more sense. Don't know if you guys heard it the way I did, but it was kind of like, yeah, like half of those I would attribute, to those fumbles. Like 2.
Half the fumbles have been attributed to sacks because he ends up just falling on it.
Okay, so like,
I mean, out of those 8 fumbles, he's recovered 2, so that leaves 6. So at least 3 sacks from fumbles.
Which
they're just drive stoppers is what they are.
No, 100%. Because even if that happens on a first down.
Yeah, it's 2nd and 13.
Yep.
Or it happens on 2nd and 5, 2nd and 7. Now it's 3rd and 10. Yeah. I mean, that's really what it's come down to this year. It's the only thing that's kept Miami from being on track in a lot of games is, there was a missed snap. Now we're in the gutter.
Yep. That's fair. With it, I don't know, going into your bye week, what are you looking for from the team? Obviously health, but
get healthy. Fix the freaking snap issues, man. Yeah. Like, Connor Williams has been playing center 2 years. I get it. It's only been 2 years, but 2 years with the Dolphins now.
Right.
Like, figure that shit out.
Yeah, no.
And after that, I think McDaniel needs to look through his play call sheets and just get back into that rhythm. And it's frustrating because, like, there was a play Sunday. Again, it goes back to our health. It was a screen pass. Great drawn-up play. Gets it to Ahmed. Ahmed catches it, turns. Just needs a little wiggle to get around the defender. The defender, like, shoestring tackles him.
Right.
He's got an easy 15-yard game. If that's A-chain,
touchdown.
It's at least 10 to 15 yards. But right. Ahmed has he's like 4'5", 4'6" running back, right. And so it doesn't work out. And so,
all right, that is my husky. Sorry, guys.
But yeah, I mean, we got to get healthy. Yeah.
So he does that.
Yeah, every time he walks in the house or room, he's got to alert you he's here. But yeah, A-chain, getting healthy is our biggest thing. Like, a lot of our plays are built around our speed, and not having that speed has made it tough.
Yeah, that's fair. I'm curious. Obviously, you said you're right about you got an article coming out tomorrow.
Tuesday morning, yeah. I'm assuming this will come out
This will come
Tuesday.
out.
So
Yeah, this will come out tomorrow as well. So you guys get done watching this, go check out the article in the Fin Fanatic.
yeah,
Kind of see more in-depth dive on that as well.
yeah. You follow me on the Fin Fanatic and Twitter, and talk Dolphins. You can hate me if you want because I don't give Tua the best grade. There's
Gonna
no
be probably your most.
there's no A coming for Tua.
Yeah. That's fair. That's
I want him to be an A quarterback.
It's kind of refreshing though, right? Is being able to read articles like that when a lot of times fans are either super critical or just like, oh, nothing's wrong.
Yeah.
And finding a good balance there is important.
Yeah, that's what I struggle with is because there's a lot of people who are always like, we're the best team, whatever their team is.
Yeah.
Our quarterback's the best. He's so much better. And it's like, no, you're not. Like, you're not the best team, or so-and-so player isn't the best player. Like, they're a good player.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean they're the best player. It's like our cousin Jake is a Commanders fan, and he used to be a huge fan of that big white pass rusher they had out of Purdue. I forget his name, but he thought he was like the best pass rusher, and I'm like, he's very good. He's not the best. Like, you have to just kind of open up to those things.
Yeah, and it's hard. It truthfully, it's hard as a fan to do that, right? Because you want the team you're watching to be the best.
Yeah, I caught a lot of flack from you guys about Donovan Mitchell with the Jazz.
Dude, I wanted Donovan Mitchell trade for like 2 years.
Okay, but like from day one, I was like, hey, Mitchell's a really good player. Like, I like him. I don't think he's a true superstar.
Right. No, that's fair.
I think he's a very good, like, 1A guy.
Yeah, he's for sure an all-star. There's no question
100%,
about that.
100%.
But is he the guy who can carry your team?
Right.
And it's being able to look at those things for sure.
Yeah, yeah. And as much as I love the Dolphins and I will support them, I don't think our player's the best. Or, like, I had an argument with a friend of mine who's a Dolphins fan when on one of my articles, and I gave Tua like a B grade or a B plus grade. And they're like, Dolphins won, that's all that matters. And he played quarterback with me.
Yeah.
And he played overseas for several years playing quarterback. And he's like, Dolphins won, that's all that matters. And I'm like, yes, but grading Tua individually could have been better. Dolphins, A, win. Tua has to do better.
If we win the Super Bowl, I could care less what happened in the game. We won the game.
Yeah, exactly.
The season's over, but we're a few weeks in.
Right. I mean, I don't know. Like, you have to be realistic. Yeah. Team won, great. You can always be better.
Yep, 100%. And that's what's funny is, so our brother is like the exact opposite, right? He's on the opposite end. It's he will be the first to crucify the entire team.
Yeah, he is for sure. Yeah.
So finding that balance is good. So I'm interested to see that article tomorrow.
Yeah. Let me know if you guys read it. I mean, I'll post it up on Twitter and it'll be on the Fin Fanatic if you look it up. Let me know. I'd like to hear it.
Yeah, 100%.
I feel like there's going to be some fans that aren't too happy and some fans that are like, I understand.
Right. And that's kind of what it is. That's how our last Jazz video was. We kind of ripped into it. And
yeah.
There was some fans that were like, oh, and then there was some fans that were like, we're with you. We are also pissed.
And you as well, you should be. I mean, you want your team to be the best.
Yep. But last thing I kind of want to go over. We're 9 weeks in.
No.
Fine. Okay. See you guys. We're 9 weeks in. Who are your real contenders? Obviously Dolphins and Eagles.
Sorry, guys. I bumped my microphone.
Chiefs. I mean, Chiefs have to be up there. They still have what? They're still what? 6-3, 7-2. Like they have, or no, 6-3, or I think they're 6-3. Because I think they'd only had one loss, and then lost twice in a row. One to us, and then one the week before. I don't remember. You have to check that on me. But
They are 7-2.
7-2. So obviously contenders, but once again, it's not like they've really put together full games.
Yeah, I mean, they have to be a contender. They have a superstar defense,
Yep.
and
And they're 7-2,
Patrick Mahomes is still the best quarterback in the league.
and they're defending Super Bowl
Yeah,
champions.
until Mahomes proves otherwise, he's the best quarterback in the league. And if they have a
Yeah.
great defense, no matter what their receiver strength is, they have Kelsey, they have Mahomes in that defense.
Yep, exactly. And then the Niners have been, like you said, really struggling. They lost like three or four straight.
Yeah, and
They
they've
lost three straight. They beat the the Cowboys, and then they lost three straight right after that.
yeah, and they've had some injuries mounting.
Which, but with that roster and the way they
It
performed
always
earlier,
happens.
you there, yes,
They're very top heavy.
yep, and you can always count on Kittle missing a few games. You can always count on Debo missing a few games. You can always count on McCaffrey missing a few games.
Yeah, the big one that's hurt him is Trent Williams missing a few games.
Yes,
And he never misses games. And so um,
them
they're a contender for me.
them getting healthy. There's no way they're not with the way that roster is built.
Top three in each division. Eagles for sure.
100%.
I consider the Niners a contender still.
Yep. Who's your third in the NFC?
Oh, damn.
That's what that's what I'm kind of struggling with. Realistically, for me, I think it's legitimately the Cowboys. Their defense their defense can be elite,
I'm torn.
but
I'm in a tie. I think that the Saints, Seahawks, and Cowboys are all. They have none of them is separated.
okay.
Like Detroit, I want to put in there. I do, but
I would love to.
I don't trust them quite yet. As much as I love Dan Campbell, the Saints, they're in the same thing. Like their defense is aging. They still have Marshawn Lattimore. They still have Cam Jordan. They still have uh, their middle linebacker Demario Davis. Like they are still borderline elite defense. And if Carr and Olave and Taysom Hill and Kamara and all those guys can kind of figure it out,
Yeah.
I think that they're a real contender in the NFC. Cowboys, like you said, the defense, the Vikings, I expect to have a drop off. I think they'll still be a playoff type team, but they're a fringe playoff team now without Kirk Cousins.
Yeah. Even though Josh Dobbs led them to a win.
Josh Dobbs is a freaking super genius, man.
But yeah, that's fair. What's funny is this is the first year in years I would even consider Cowboys like true contenders. But I
hate them so much.
I really do too. So it's hard for me to say that. But I don't know. I feel like the NFC there is a huge fall off from Niners and Eagles.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that the Niners.
I think it would be a surprise if anybody not the Niners or Eagles actually went to the Super Bowl in the NFC.
I mean, it is like Eagles, Niners,
everyone else.
Cowboys, Saints, Seahawks, Lions, everybody else down here.
Yeah.
Like after those kind of first couple of teams, it drops off hard. Like you're looking at the Commanders, the Falcons, the Buccaneers.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm curious to see how that one will shape out. AFC wise.
Top three.
Top three Chiefs and Dolphins. After that,
we're 1-4 in the win column right now for the AFC. Chiefs, Dolphins.
Really?
Yeah.
See, and after that, if you had told me this at the start of the year, I think you're crazy. But especially after this weekend, it's hard for me to put the Bills over the Bengals.
Bills aren't even in the playoff race right now. They're on the outside.
At 5-4, they're outside. What are the best records in the AFC?
Chiefs and Ravens are 7-2.
Okay.
Jaguars are 6-2. Dolphins 6-3. Steelers 5-3. Browns 5-3. Bengals 5-3.
See, and I don't know how legit I feel about the Jaguars yet.
We're the Chargers 3-4.
Chargers are not very good.
I I don't know. I didn't think that this Jaguars team would be this good.
Yeah.
The Ravens, they have figured things out the last couple of weeks. They're playing better,
And
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 they have a lot of talent on that roster.
my problem is with the Ravens is that offense with how explosive they can be and stuff like that. Is that an offense that when they get into the playoffs they can actually still be that explosive? Or you get a really good defense who can actually slow down Lamar Jackson.
Yeah. The only thing I look at with that Ravens team this year is in the past it's been Mark Andrews and Lamar Jackson.
Yeah.
This year it's Lamar Jackson, Mark Andrews, a little bit of Zay Flowers, a little bit of Odell, a little bit of Rashad Bateman.
Now their running back, who exploded this game, what the heck's his name?
Gus?
Nope,
Who was it?
young guy. I think he's a rookie. He ended up he only had 9 carries, but he had the most carries out of their entire backfield, and he averaged like 14 yards a carry.
Really?
Now if he starts being kind of their consistent running back, then maybe what I'm saying, is kind of nullified then because you actually have a legit running game that's not named Lamar Jackson. The heck's his name?
Oh, it's Keaton Mitchell?
Yes. He went off this week.
So I was a big fan of his. I drafted him in fantasy, like right at the end of the draft.
Oh, did you really?
Yeah.
And then you cut him.
And then I cut him because he wasn't getting any play time. Damn it.
I think they finally were like, you know what, Gus Edwards and
because he was like barely playing special teams.
Who the heck's the other guy? Gus Edwards and
Justice Hill.
Justice Hill. They finally decided, you know what, might as well give Mitchell a chance. These two suck anyway.
Yeah, I loved Keaton Mitchell coming out of East Carolina.
I think he averaged like 14 yards a carry this week.
Yeah, and he can do it. He's like a little 5'8", 205-pound.
And he had the most carries on their roster.
Yeah.
So
before the draft, I told Dad, I'm like, dude, if I'm Denver, like 5th, 6th round, I pick out a guy like that. But you got McLaughlin.
Dude, we got Jaleel McLaughlin.
Yeah, same type of back. So, I mean, I like him. I didn't know he went off this weekend. That's awesome. I'm pissed I cut him, but
you're the worst team. You could probably pick him up. If
I could probably pick him up right now. Yeah,
right there with me.
I won this week.
Did you really?
Yeah, I'm. I don't think I'm the worst team anymore.
I might be. I legitimately might be. No, I lost this week.
Because you suck?
Because freaking Jordan Love sucks.
Yeah, he does. So I will be 3-6.
I might be 3-6.
You're Donkey Kong?
No, that's Bo.
Yeah.
I'm Judge Judy's court.
If you lose, you'll be 3-6.
Yeah. Nice.
Right now, you've scored 100 points more than me, though, so I'll still be behind you.
That's how my season. I'm like middle of the pack on scoring, and then just getting a bunch of points scored on me.
Yeah. So, I mean, it'll be interesting. It's hard though. Going back to that AFC East or the AFC conversation, Chiefs for sure.
Yeah.
The problem is like no one's truly separated.
That's true. Like the Dolphins have had really bad losses and really big wins, good wins, and so
we're not used to the success.
Yes, and then dude, even if the Bills won this week and they were 6-3, it's just it feels like it's the same story every year,
just like the Chargers.
And so I don't.
There are Chargers,
which is
the Bills are our Chargers.
Exactly, which is why I feel like the way the Bengals have been slowly turning things around, I think by the end of the year they are one of those top 3-4 teams that you're really actually you're afraid of going into the playoffs. I think the AFC is going to be a freaking battle in the playoffs this year.
Yeah, I mean, Jacksonville, they have so much. They have a talented offense.
Yeah,
they're young, which worries me. But I could see it going KC. I could see Jacksonville somehow coming out with the 1 seed.
Yeah.
And KC, Miami being 2 and 3, and Cincinnati 4. I mean, Baltimore freaking Baltimore could be 4. I don't know. It's tough.
Yeah, that's fair. The East is a lot easier, or the NFC is a lot easier to be like, yeah, here's your top two teams.
Yeah, for sure. In the AFC, I mean, you look at some of the teams in the AFC, and Steelers 5-3.
I don't think that's sustainable.
I don't trust them. They're a decent team, but the Jets are 4-3. They're limping along. They're playing tonight, Monday night.
Let's score.
Um,
Because if they limp along just enough to get Rodgers back, who knows what could happen?
Chargers are up 7-0.
At what point in the game?
Uh, first quarter,
Okay.
they went to punt, and it got returned for a touchdown by the Chargers.
Nice.
Just fitting. But I mean, yeah. And then you look the Bills; they're a playoff type team. Who's gonna fall out? Texans. C.J. Stroud keeps
CJ
doing his
Stroud just
thing.
went off.
I don't think they'll make the playoffs, but they're gonna get close.
Yeah.
Colts. I don't. And then after that, Colts, Raiders, Chargers, Titans, Broncos,
None of
Patriots.
those
I don't
guys
expect
are.
any of those guys to be in it.
I agree.
But your top 9 teams, really, 8 teams, 8, 9, 10, they're good teams.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Let us know what you guys think. Who your real at this point halfway through the season contenders are.
Yeah, definitely not the Broncos.
And come out of our bye week and go on an explosion. Take that momentum. 2 wins in a row. Beat the Chiefs.
Mile High Russ is back, huh?
Yep. That's right.
Okay.
Right. We gave him his office back.
Team 3's back in the building.
Yeah. So, yeah, let us know what you guys think on your kind of contenders going into after week 9.
Yeah.
Midway through the season, it's been a kind of up and down season for everyone.
Yeah, and let us know what you think.
Yep. But we will
Tell Cole he's an idiot, and Broncos will never go on a run ever again.
Ever again. Listen. That might be true. As long as what's happening, it might be true.
Yeah.
It's a rough time, okay?
I have a question for you, but I'll save it for next time.
Okay.
At least your response.
Okay.
I'm just going to throw this out before we end the video real quick. Does Sean Payton regret coming out of retirement to tarnish his legacy with the Broncos?
We'll end on that.